Tracking your weight loss goals is super simple with the help of a smart scale. In this video, we're going to be comparing 5 of the highest rated smart scales from Amazon. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Ninja Life. So before we start comparing the 5 scales I have here, the first thing I wanted to know before making the purchase was what can a smart scale do for me? So obviously besides weight, there are many other things that these scales can track. So each of these scales all provide pretty much the same exact type of information. However, some give a little more than others. I'll definitely cover everything that each scale provides, and I'll let you decide which is more important to you. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm Darren Perez, and I'm here to help you overcome obstacles. On this channel, I provide you with training tips, and sometimes I also cover fitness products, just like this video. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, please consider subscribing. So these 3 here provide 13 different pieces of information. The Eros, Fitindex, and Renpho. Obviously your weight's going to be included in there, your BMI, body fat percentage, your fat-free body weight, subcutaneous fat, your serial fat, body water, skeletal muscle, muscle mass, bone mass, protein, BMR, and your metabolic age. As for the Arboleaf, it only provides you 10 different readings, and while it lacks fat-free body weight, skeletal muscle, protein, and subcutaneous fat, it does provide you with a body type. So looking at the last smart scale we have by Innotech, this only provides you with 9 pieces of information. And the Innotech lacks fat-free body weight, skeletal muscle, subcutaneous fat, and your metabolic age. Each of these smart scales are all made of tempered glass. The 3 in the middle are all rated at 396 pounds or 180 kilograms. And that's the Fitindex, Renpho, and Arboleaf. Now the 2 on the side, the Eros and Innotech, each say 400 pounds max or 180 kilograms. When you actually do the conversion of kilograms to pounds, it does say 396. So 180 kilograms or 400 pounds would be incorrect. Just be aware of the weight conversions. And like I said earlier, I got these scales off of Amazon, and I'll put a link for each of these scales down in the description, and they're available anywhere between $20 to $50. So let's talk about the design. So we'll make this quick. The first one that I like, Eros. I really like the design of it. It's kind of cool. Looks like a turtleback shell, or to me it reminds me of the Giant's Causeway, all the little pillars they have there. So next one I thought was kind of cool was the one from Renpho. Cool little black designs on the side. The 2 white ones here, very simplistic, but yeah. And then you have this one by Innotech. Got 4 squares, also very plain, ordinary. So not to hate on these other ones, but for me personally, I like that design. So looking at all these scales, you can clearly see that not all of them are at the exact same size. The smallest one we have is by Fitindex, and this measures at 10 1/4 inch by 10 1/4 inch. So for a bit of comparison, I wear an 8.5 or size 9 shoe depending on the brand, and this is too small for me. Unless you're on the smaller side, I definitely would say to stay away from this scale. Moving up in size, the next one is a Renpho, and this measures at 11 by 11 inches. So this is a little bit bigger, and my feet fit fine on this, so that's not an issue. And the last 3 are the same size, measuring at 11 3/4 of an inch. The Arboleaf and Eros are exactly the same as far as the square shape on the top. However, the corners on the Innotech are a bit more rounded, so it gives off a slightly smaller look. Regarding app compatibility, all 5 scales work with both Google Fit and Apple Health, but only the Fitindex and Renpho work with Samsung Health, while the Eros, Arboleaf, and Innotech work with a Fitbit. Okay, so the big question. Exactly how accurate are these smart scales? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's by having a baseline. So at the time of this video, I just did my annual weigh-ins for the military. I weighed in at exactly 142. And to get a baseline for my body fat, I used two different methods. The first using a tape measure and body fat calipers. I got these off Amazon for about 10 bucks, and I'll drop a link down in the description for those that are interested. Also, I did a separate video showing you how to measure your body fat using two methods, which I'll also link in the description. Using the tape measure method, I came out to an 8.2% body fat. And using the calipers, I came out to a 9.72% body fat. So between the two measurements, I would say I'm roughly about a 9% body fat, and that's going to be our baseline for this comparison. So going back to the scale used for my annual weigh-ins with the military, it was at 142.0. I will say each of these scales weighed me in at 142. However, there were some minor differences between each scale. So starting off with the scale that was almost a full pound off was the Innotech. This reading was at 142.9. That is probably the most offset reading in comparison to the other four. So at nearly a full pound away, the Innotech is at the bottom of my weight accuracy. The next two both read at 142.8, and that was the Arboleaf and Fitindex. And moving on to the most accurate scale in terms of weight, we have a tie between the Eros and Renpho. Both of them read at 142.6. So with that being said, in last place, the Innotech, and second place, we had a tie between the Arboleaf and Fitindex, and in first place, we had the Renpho and Eros. Also, I want to remind you that most of my content comes directly from you guys. So if there's a video that you would like to see covered on this channel, drop a comment and connect with me so I can get you the information that you want. Alright, let's get back to the video. So for our second comparison, body fat percentage. Our baseline was an 8.2% using measurements and a 9.7% using the calipers. Before we move on, which one do you think is going to be the most accurate? Drop a comment and let me know. So in last place, we have a scale that read my body fat percentage at 12.4, and that's going to be the Fitindex. The Fitindex was the furthest reading from any of the other scales. Now, an 8 or 9%, let's round up 10%. That's still 2% off of body fat. So Fitindex is definitely at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to accuracy from reading your foot. I don't know why I find that funny, but we're taking measurements through our feet to tell us how fat we are or how much water we have in our body. Moving on. So the next scale in line, we had a reading of 12.3, just 1 point below the Fitindex. And that was actually a three-way tie between the Eros, Renpho, and Arboleaf. First place was Innotech. This was very interesting because it was a lot different from these other four. This one had a completely different reading at 11.7. That's over a 0.5%. These things are only gonna get you ballpark. The best way, in my opinion, is probably an average between the calipers and the measurements, and that will get you your body fat percentage. The Innotech had the closest in terms of body fat percentages. However, it was the furthest away when it came to actual weight. The Fitindex was the furthest away when it came into body fat percentages. This was tied for second place alongside the Arboleaf when it came to the body weight comparison. The Eros, Renpho, and Arboleaf all were about roughly the same when it came to the body fat percentages. So speaking of the Arboleaf, in second place in both categories that we compare, that's not too bad. However, going on to the Eros and Renpho, these were both in first place when it came down to the weight comparison. So overall, these two are probably going to be your most accurate. Now, again, I know the Innotech was the closest in body fat percentages. However, being that far low and then the weight being that far high up, there's a bit of inconsistency there that I just don't like. And if possible, I would advise that you probably stay away from this scale. A little small detail, but it also takes 4 AAA batteries, while the others all take 3 each. Ninja talk. So with everything we went over today, which scale do you think is right for you? Also, I definitely would like to know, what are some of your fitness goals? How are you planning to incorporate a smart scale to help you achieve your goal? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you got any value from my content, let me know by smashing that like button. If you're looking for more fitness reviews, I got a whole playlist right here. Or you can check out more Ninja Life content here. Keep training hard. I hope to see you on the course, and I'll catch you guys next time on The Ninja Life.